been chatting a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I'm just really excited because Gary had a really different approach to building his business fast and replacing that income that he needed to replace in a big hurry. And he really took a grassroots approach. And I just loved hearing how you really got into action, Gary. So why don't you share with us exactly what you did?
Thank you, Christina. And can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. First off, let me just be totally raw and honest with you guys. I have a bit of imposter syndrome happening right now, where, to be up on stage, to be speaking to you, it's really intimidating. Like, what do I have to give for value to people like Michael Klaus or Lynn Hagedorn or Susan Sly? But thank you, Christina, for allowing me this opportunity, because going through this process, it actually has allowed me to realize that I do have something to share.
Yeah.
And if you clap too many times, I will cry. So, I'm just that kind of guy. So, would it be okay if I shared my journey with you? Thank you. So let me take you back last year. I had just come out of doing my organic vegetable farm for 17 years. Like Christina mentioned, I was burnt out. And I wanted to do isogenics so badly. And it took me some time to do that and to actually make that leap. So last year, about this time, I had $300,000 worth of debt from our business. So that was my big pain point. I was only cycling about 10 times a week. And I have a family of, with 4 kids. You guys know that cycling 10 times a week isn't going to pay the bills. So I knew I had to get into massive action and shake things up. So that was my first pain point. The second pain point was that I knew I was playing way too small, guys. I've been going to celebration to celebration to celebration, watching my friends, some of you guys, pass me up. I did not want to go to another celebration at 2-star. So I had those 2 major pain points happening in my life. So I had a friend, or I had a team member down in the Arkansas area. I saw him have, great potential. He was in the fitness industry. He had a great transformation. So I went down there to help him out, do some launch parties, and help him grow his team. He ended up not doing too much, but what I saw was an opportunity down there. An opportunity in the Bentonville area. It's a growing, fast community. And so I went back, I told my wife, I said, give me 1 month and let me see what I can do to really make things happen. And so I went down to Arkansas, and of course 1 month turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months. And it took a big sacrifice to be away from my family and my kids, but I started growing my team down there. And let me just share kind of just the action steps.
I loved how we got into
action. I want to hear the action steps, right? So getting into action, I knew that I had to take every moment and make it happen, right? So I just filled my days completely, every single day, doing the networking meetings, the BNIs, the Chamber of Commerce's, the mob meetings, filling up every single day with at least one of those meetings. And then the rest of the days was filling it up with coffee meetings and just getting to know people and getting to learn, what they're all about. And as a side, I'd share about, isogenics. So that was the first thing. The second thing is I went to almost every gym down in the Arkansas area, and I carried my little goodie bag with me. And it was filled with things like Knox and our shakes and e-shots. And I'd ask for the person in charge, and I'd say, hey, would you be open to receiving a goodie bag? And who can reject a goodie bag, right? So as they're going through the goodie bag, I would just share 1 or 2 little snippets about what Knox is about. Yeah, that's full nitric oxide, and it'll help oxygenate your blood, and our shakes, it's undenatured whey protein, and go through those. So 1-2 months was down there, started building my team, and let me share this piece of it. I was always leading with the vision. And the vision is sitting right over there, and that's Emily and Hayden Barbara. Because I saw you guys, what you guys did up in Minnesota. If you go up to Minnesota now, you guys know every single gym has heard about Isogenics. Every stay-at-home mom has at least heard about Isogenics. Many of them are using our awesome products. And so when I went down to Arkansas, I just said the same thing. I said, this could happen here. So kudos to you guys. So that was Major Drive, and Celebration was coming up in August, of course. And I knew I wanted to get my team, it was really important to get my team to Celebration. So I drove to Celebration. And we were just talking about what is it called now? Not the June Boom. June Boom was last year.
One Sweet Summer.
One Sweet Summer. So last year was the June Boom, right? And so I had won that hotel room, right? And so I gave that hotel room to my Zumba gals. I packed those rooms because I knew if they got into those seats, saw Tony Robbins, they would get set on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to fast forward.
Yes.
After that, it was launch party upon launch party upon launch party, and just growing my business. Then we get up to December and the Influencer Summit. And I think it all, and let me turn my page.
He's doing great, isn't he?
Yeah.
You guys know this business, right? It's about seeing that vision, declaring into the world, and taking massive action. That's what it is, and that's what it is over and over and over again. I remember sitting at the Influencer Summit, and I had hit 3-star twice. I didn't know how I was going to hit it 2 more times. But do you remember at the Influencer Summit, the Stick It app? Okay, the Stick It app is you put something on the line, right? You declare it. And you know what I declared? I declared I was going to be at Top Achievers. And if I wasn't going to, and if I would not make my goal, I would have to pay Monsanto. As an organic vegetable farmer, Monsanto is the biggest nemesis for me, right? So I would have to pay Monsanto about, $200. I wasn't gonna let that happen. So I muscled it up for the next 2 months, and I made it. I made my goals. And then one final note. A year later, what this has meant to me. All that work, I've now tripled my income from what it was last year. That $300,000 debt is now under $50,000, which in this company, I'm so blessed to be a part of this company, and it's not just the money. The last 2 months, we have different seasons in our life, right? As a farmer, I know that. There's a planting season, and then there's a winter time. Last couple months was my season to be in a little bit of a winter. My son has been going through some pretty, hard stuff. And the income with Isogenics has allowed me to be with him, be with my family, and spend time with them. And that's a blessing that I just have to give kudos to Jim, Kathy, Eric, and this whole business to be able to do that with my life, because that wasn't possible before Isogenics.